This art project began as a dream. I wrote the dream down in my notebook in 2022, and it's one that I spent many months thinking about. In the dream, a well is laden with brown algae, growing on it from becoming stagnant and making little movement. The growth from the stagnation made it difficult to navigate the waters of the sea. I was the swimmer, and I was coming to help save the well that had washed closer to the shore and was slowly dying. I knew in the dream that I had to become the conduit to help aim a lightning strike towards the well and blow off all the algae. This was horribly painful for me and for the well, but we held on and kept letting the plasma of light do its work to clean off the algae. Once the algae was removed, the well then transformed into a small child. I've used dream interpretation in my life since I was in my 20s, and it helps direct my creative thoughts and choices in life. This dream, to me, represented the deep waters of the collective unconscious that I had been navigating since around 2020. Some might call it the dark night of the soul, and if you know anything about the sea, the deeper you get, the less light there is. I have found myself within many dark nights over my 43 years on this planet, the most recent being a very deep voyage within, searching for something, and in that process, I have found a deep appreciation for who I am. The past 2 years have been the hardest of my life, and this piece, I feel, reflects my path out of that space. In my interpretation, I understood that I was the one who was able to release myself from being laden with the social conditioning of society, never fully believing or being in myself. I not only possess the soul of an artist, but I was also raised in a world where artistic endeavors were not considered the best means of which to raise a family. I'd been conditioned from years of patriarchy and religion that I needed to be the reflection of a perfect wife and mother. All of this while also being undiagnosed autistic, living in a neurotypical world. Through my dream interpretation, I learned that the very things that have harmed me can also be my greatest teachings and allies. Old emotions and perspectives cover up good things in our lives, and those must be released to let new cycles begin. However, this will be a painful process. The realization of our self-imposed victimhood can come in like a lightning strike to blow off things from our past. This is what is happening in the painting as it did in my dream. A blinding electric shock is being transmitted through the woman to help zap off the old brown algae and release the well from its prison. A painful change can come from repressed emotions or desires that must be experienced to be understood. The well painting itself is also a vessel that holds many additional artworks that are pieces of a mosaic. Each piece of the mosaic tells a part of a story, and each is connected by a red thread. This red thread represents the concept of rubido, which is the final process in an alchemical journey toward transformation. Everything finally coming into alignment. Your body, your spirit, your purpose. Things that once felt separate are now made whole. The mosaic is a self-portrait. I am made up of those experiences in my life, and how I decide to see and interpret them is what makes me who I am. As it is difficult to take a photo of the moon or the deep violet of a flower, trying to take pictures of these works has been quite difficult because of the nature of my painting process, which creates a depth to the paintings that's not translated well to digital photos. The work has a much bigger presence when it's in person. I hope this video will help to show more of the intricacies of the paintings themselves.